Now, we'll talk about input and output methods. Input and output methods make program talk to users and get information from them. This is essential for making interactive programs. So, let's first talk about Readline method. Readline is your basic printing command. It displays text on the screen and moves to a new line. Think of it as your program's way of talking to the user. You can print text, numbers, or any value your program needs to show. There is also write method. The difference between write and Readline method is that write method does not create new line after printing the output. On the other hand, Readline methods breaks the line after printing and give the output on new line. We can also use empty Readline method to print an empty line to create spacing. Now, let's run this program. Output is displaying the text we provided, and also these strings from write methods are in one line without breaking the line, and empty Readline method created this empty space. Now, let's talk about Readline method. Readline is used to get text input from users. It waits for the user to type something and press enter. Whatever the user types come in as a string, so you'll need to convert it if you want a number. To get input, we should first use write method to print the query and then use Readline method to get the input from the user. We can then store the input inside a variable. We further wrap this method inside the casting method to convert the input value to other types because by default, input type is string. Now, comment out the previous code and run this program. Now, program displayed the message and is waiting for the user input. As we provide the name, it displays the next message and waits for input again. And same for third time. Now, let's talk about string formatting. String formatting gives you precise control over how your text looks. The placeholder 0 inside curly brackets refers to the first value after the string, and 1 to the second value or variable, and so on. It's like filling in blanks in a sentence. We use this C for currency and the F1 to display 1 decimal digits. We can further use F2 or F3 for more decimal digits. Now, comment out the previous code and run this program. Values are displaying inside the strings as expected. Also, currency is displaying correctly and in second value, only 1 fractional digit is displayed just as we programmed. Now, let's talk about string interpolation. String interpolation is a modern, cleaner way to format strings. To achieve this, just put a $sign before your string and wrap variables inside curly brackets. It's more readable and less prone to errors than traditional formatting. Also, you don't have to deal with order of the numbers like we did in string formatting. Now, comment out the previous code and run this program. Values are displaying inside the strings just as we programmed, but this way it was easier to handle the values because we used these values directly inside the strings. That's all for this section.